Hey guys, Dimension Jumper. Today I'll be reviewing Sonic the Hedgehog 2, which was released back in cinemas or back in 2022. Now, this is a adaptation of the Sonic game franchise, as well as a sequel to the original the live action film back that we got back in at around 2020 ish, and this takes place several months or so after the events of the original game, oh not the original game, the original movie, and Robotnik has basically come back to Earth from the mushroom planet that he was on in the previous film, with the help of new character Knuckles, and Sonic basically has to stop both Eggman and Knuckles from finding the Master Emerald, and he teams up with Tails, who's also new to the movie, but who also appeared in a post-credit scene in the previous film. And this is kind of like a round the world Indiana Jones type movie, in the sense that there's temples, there's traps, there's mystical artifacts, there's legends and stuff like that about the Master Emerald and two dividing factions trying to, well, basically going to war with each other over this mystical artifact, that being the Master Emerald, which is basically in this universe's lore, it's basically all the Chaos Emeralds that were created by the Echidnas, basically combined into one, and that becoming the Master Emerald. And in the movie, it said that whoever possesses it is able to have unlimited power, and I would say this movie is a whole lot of fun. I think it's a nice continuation from the previous film, and I do like a lot of the interactions and some of the characters as well. Like, for instance, I really like Jim Carrey as Eggman or Robotnik, and I think with Jim Carrey, he's one of those actors that can really embody a role, and they can fully become their character. Similarly like how let's say Tom Hiddleston is really good as Loki in the Marvel films or something like that. And I just like how he's like this evil mastermind, but also can bring out a lot of good jokes and quips and stuff like that. And you've also got Idris Elba as Knuckles, and I think Idris Elba plays Knuckles really well, because in the games, Knuckles is this prideful character, but he's also thick at times. So like he won't sort of like. I think he's like not as fast in terms of thinking when compared to other characters. And Knuckles in the film is known to like not know as much as other characters. So for instance, when there's like a bit in the movie where Sonic is trying to talk to Tommy, who's like who's Sonic's like friend, adopted dad character, and they are both Knuckles and Eggman are trying to find out where he is, and they're like sort of hacking his phone, because Sonic has a phone now in this movie, and Knuckles is kind of like reading the messages out loud. It's like, oh, where are you at the moment? Oh, I'm here. ... And that sort of thing. Like, oh, he's back at the house. We must go there. And like I think Knuckles is kind of like that. What I'm trying to get the point to. And Idris Elba, I think he plays Knuckles really, really well. He plays Knuckles really, really gratefully, and I think he's really, and he brings a lot of that pridefulness to Knuckles, and yeah, that's really cool. And when it comes to the rest of the movie, I do like the interactions with all the different characters, and it's really fun. And I do like how with some of the set pieces, it kind of reminds me of some parts of the Sonic games. For instance, towards around about the last, or around the halfway part to the last, third-ish, there's a bit where Sonic is in a temple where the Master Emerald is, and he kind of slides down this water slide thing, and it's kind of like that of the original games, whenever Sonic is going down like some water parts and stuff like that. And you've also got at the end of the movie Super Sonic, and yeah, I think that's an enjoyable moment. I do enjoy how you kind of see like, because in the movie, it's like shown to be all powerful, and whoever has it as before, it gives the user unlimited power. So for Eggman, he creates this giant sort of Eggman robot, kind of like how he does in the games. And for Sonic, he becomes Super Sonic, which is another thing that's used in the games. And I would say I think it was a good idea to have Super Sonic in the sequel and not in the first film, because there might have been new fans who might not have known might not have known what Super Sonic is about, as well as maybe something like the Chaos Emerald or the Master Emerald. So those elements were used for this film. So yeah, I think there's a good way of not blowing your shot, or just putting all of the eggs into one basket, stuff like that. So with the first film, it was just, oh, here's Sonic, he's a fast hedgehog. Here's Eggman, he's a evil genius who creates egg-shaped death machines and stuff like that. In the sequel, let's bring in Knuckles, Tails, and Super Sonic and the Chaos Emerald, stuff like that. And I think there's a really good choice for the filmmakers, just so that there's like a lot more new elements into this movie, and not just probably just reusing some similar elements in the previous film. So yeah, and also they're similar with how Tails made an appearance in the post-credit scene in the previous film. There's also another post-credit scene, a post-credit scene mid-credit scene in Sonic 2, and that being the reveal of Shadow, who recently had been announced that Keanu Reeves was going to be voicing him. So that's cool. We've got John Wick voicing Shadow. So that's something quite cool. That'll probably be something quite cool to see. Just hearing Keanu Reeves voicing Shadow, and I think he's going to probably do a really good job as playing Shadow. Just this edgier version of Sonic. So that's funny, but something quite cool to see. So yeah. So overall, I would say that Sonic 2 is a fun action adventure film. I think it's one of those films that just you might, if you're a Sonic fan, then is quite enjoyable. It's probably better than any of the recent games that have been released, like Sonic Mania. No, not Sonic Mania. Sonic Mania I heard is good. Probably something like, it's probably better than something like Sonic Boom. I was trying to aim for Sonic Boom. But yeah, it's probably something better as something like Sonic 06 or Sonic Boom. And yeah, it's such an enjoyable movie, so yeah. So that's been my review for Sonic the Hedgehog 2. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.